Hey, Yori back, Big Lots Barbecue, St. Patrick's Day, rolling. So you gotta have one time in your life you can eat cabbage. That's if you're Ukrainian or St. Patrick's Day. Maybe a cabbage roll if it's full of like sausage or something good. Anyway, so I got a whole bunch of these. I cheated because I didn't want to take 10 days or so to brine up my own brisket. So I got some of these little corned beef rounds. I got a bunch of those for feeding a stupid amount of people. So I got a bunch of those. You can buy them all the time. This time at St. Patrick's Day. They're actually pretty cheap. They were $3.99 a pound at Costco, but you got $3 off. Anyway, buy that little puppy. It's all seasoned up ready. You can do your own, but that's a little longer process. Normally we do our own St. Patrick's Day. We did last year, but I didn't plan 10 days ahead. Let's be honest. So we're going to take that deal. We rinsed it off. Make sure you rinse those. Take them out of the package, rinse it off good, and get it ready. We're cooking that. We're going to smoke these cabbages, get those cooked up. I'm going to put in some of these little cool colored potatoes. You can do whatever you want. Some people put carrots, celery, all kinds of stuff. I'm just going the corned beef, potatoes, cabbage, oh, and some smoked sausages. We'll show you a little later. So here's what I do. Like you said, it's America. You do you. You do how you want. But so there's a big old cabbage, and I'm just going to take that thing and take this core out. So you just go down each side in there a little bit. If I can get that knife out, kind of on an angle. I want to take a pretty good chunk of core out because I want to stuff that thing, and I'll show you. So I'm just squaring around there. There you go. Square around there. If I can get it to not fall apart, but take that core out, that's a good day. I didn't do very good on that first cut. Anyway, so we're going to take this little core out. I think we're about there. Pop that little puppy out. Boom. Boom, boom. And look at that. I got a nice little spatch in there. All right. So now I'm going to take, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to take this little Old Bay seasoning that we use. You probably saw this guy before in some, what do you use with that? Little crayfish and stuff. So I'm going to sprinkle some of that down in there. Throw a little jag of that in there. I'm going to throw some butter. Because why? Butter's our friend. Yep, there you go. I'm going to throw a jag of that in there. Mash a little butter down there. I'm going to throw a little holy voodoo. You can make it as spicy or not as spicy as you want. I'm going to throw that little jag of that in there. You can put a pretty good deal. So there's a pretty good jag of that. I'm going to throw a little more butter in there. That little buddy wants to come with his buddy. Smash that in there. Throw a little more Old Bay. Got it seasoned up good. All right. A little more butter. So I've got almost a cube in there. And that's a big cabbage. You see his buddy's just like his little kid there. He's not very big. That's not very scientific for that knife, but I forgot to love. Okay, now I'm going to take that. I'm going to put tinfoil under it. I'll show you actually. Hold on, I'll go get tinfoil. I'll be back. Don't be scared. All right, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put tinfoil just around the bottom of this. Kind of a base like that. Leave that top exposed. I'm going to put that on the smoker for about an hour and a half, 230 degrees. After an hour and a half, I'm going to wrap that thing completely with tinfoil. Roll it another 2.5 hours, about 4 hours total. Turn it up to 275. And that is just going to melt through that cabbage, and it's going to be awesome. That's it. We're going to let that smoke. That'll kind of steam it in that deal. In the meantime, while that's rolling, I'm taking my little corned beef. I'm going to drain the rest of those, rinse them off. And I'm going to smoke that same thing. I'm going to roll smoke for an hour and a half at 230, turned up to 275. Wrap them in tinfoil. It's going to loosen it up. And then I'll show you how we put all this thing together. All right, so we rolled some smoke on those about 2.5 hours, maybe a tad more. Man, they look beautiful. They're set up nice little smoke color in them. I'm gonna wrap those now, and then I'll throw them back on until they get up to temp. Here's our cabbages. The little tip on the bottom of that cabbage, I just cut just a touch off of that bottom and make it flat. That way they'll stand up nice. I got the tin foil around those, as you can see, each one of these cabbages. That'll keep all that moisture in there. And then after a couple hours, I'll wrap that whole thing up in the tin foil. Then I'll just wrap it up, let it steam for another couple hours. these things will be rock stars. And then we'll put it all together. St. Patrick's Day is actually tomorrow. So we're doing all this tonight. Then tomorrow, I'll show you. I got a wok that's like big lud-sized wok. This sucker's awesome. So we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to smoke all this up. These will be steamed up. It's going to be nice. St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. See you there. Water green. I want to get pinched.
How you doing?
All right, so that is all that we diced up. That's all that corned beef. We're going to throw that in there. We diced up a bunch of potatoes. I got all that cabbage that we smoked. That was a stupid amount of cabbage, but it's going to be good.
So
we're just going to throw this in and heat it up now. So that's cold. So we're just going to throw all that in there. Looks like about that much. That looks good, doesn't it? Throw a little of this in there.
Hey, we got the rainbows leading up to.
Oh yeah. That looks like about that much. Throw a few potatoes in there. What do you think, Big Grady? Got my Grady here helping me. Throw some potatoes in there. About yay much. Looks good. And then Grady, we got a little kielbasa. You gotta have a little kielbasa in there. Yeah. Throw a little of that in there. You like my big dog wok? And then we just, don't be scared, it's clean. And we're just gonna stir that up, let that cabbage get rolling. I'm gonna throw a little bit of Old Bay seasoning on that. And we're gonna eat. There you go, man, that's all that goodness we smoked last night. We're gonna roll that up. We're gonna stir that up. And I'll let people taste it in just a minute. We got a mob coming, so see you in a second. All right, I got my guy Grady here. He's gonna be our taste tester. We got it all done. Pan out, hit the crew if you want. We got a good party. Here's for cooking. That's the reason I came. All right, Grady, here it is. So there's a little bit of everything. Does that look good? Might be bad. Oh yeah, get some fresh
Oh,
stuff.
but not that much. Not even that much.
A little less, about like that.
Yeah.
A little more. Just right. Oops. All right.
You guys think everybody else is crazy busy?
That's super good, he says. All right, there you go. Hit us up, man. It's all in the stew. Hey, there's second witness. She said it's good. Stay here, man.